Truck driving is a massive part of the UK industry, and it is considered to be one of the most crucial parts of the economy, being responsible for approximately 1.4 billion tonnes of goods being transported across the UK in 2018 alone. It is responsible for transporting 18% of all food products and 13% of any waste products across the UK each year. Today, I will be interviewing an expert in the truck driving industry, and hopefully I will be able to get an insight as to what goes on within the profession.
Okay, hello, my name is David Whitfield. I drive a truck for a living, delivering and collecting scrap metal for a company called Ashford Metals in Bolton-le-Fylde. The fuel shortage did affect us because it meant that the smaller fuel stations off the motorways ran out of fuel very quickly. So I had to fill up on the motorways, which is more expensive. And then they started running out as well, so I had to do forward planning to make sure that I was filling up when I still had roughly half a tank or slightly less than half a tank of fuel left, so that I wasn't running it too short and then possibly running out of fuel at some point. The difference in price between filling up on the motorway and off the motorway can be about £40 from filling a full tank up, so it does make a big difference. It's kind of resolved now. Most smaller fuel stations have got fuel, and we've gone back to how we were, where I could fuel up off the motorway at the lower prices. I've been driving trucks for 40 years. It's very quiet on the way there to work because I usually start early, about 5 a.m. I normally run through what my day is going to be in my head on the way there, what I need to do before I set off. On the way home it can be very busy because it's normally around 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm just normally thinking about getting home and having a restful evening. A normal start begins by checking the vehicle over. I do a full walk round check, and any issues that I find have to be resolved before I go out on the road. So it could be a tyre that's gone down overnight or something that's been broken from the day before that needs fixing. Normally the truck is okay, it's fairly new, and the normal start to a day is to get it loaded with whatever I'm delivering, get the paperwork sorted out, weigh it, and just basically set off. It weighs, fully loaded, 44 tonnes. It's approximately 60 feet long, it's 14 feet high, and it's 6'6" wide. It is difficult to drive in traffic. You have to be very aware of what you're doing, you have to be very aware of what other people are doing. There's limited visibility down the sides, especially to the rear, and it doesn't stop as quickly as a car, so you have to be aware of that when traffic is pulling in front of you, trying to push their way off at road junctions and things like that. Yes, it does. It's difficult to explain, but the trailer wheels tend to drag more when it's fully loaded, so with an empty trailer you can spin it round in a shorter distance. With a full trailer it takes more room to turn it around, because you don't want to be dragging it too sharply because you can damage the tyres. So yes, a heavy trailer makes it more difficult to manoeuvre. You've got to be giving yourself more space to turn it around. Very rarely. People from other yards are usually very helpful. I can't remember the last time I came across someone being difficult. They're all there to do the job and to do it as quickly as possible. So generally we get on with other yards very, very well. It's very unusual that there's a problem, and if there is a problem, there's someone else there that can help sort it out. The waiting times at some yards can be very long. If they were a bit more organised, it would be quicker. You could be in and out a lot quicker. Some yards seem to be quite badly organised, and that includes ours sometimes as well. Sometimes I arrive back in the middle of the day to tip a load off and reload and get out again. which should be about half an hour's job, and I can be there for 2 or 3 hours sometimes. So a bit better organisation and cut the waiting times down would be better. Generally, yes. You do have bad days where you wish you weren't going to a certain place, or you want to be home sooner than you can be. But 9 times out of 10, yes, I do enjoy my days. Yes.
Well, there we have it, an insight to the truck driving industry and what goes on in the everyday life of a truck driver. Hope you have enjoyed and learned something new about the industry. Thank you.